Should be good. All right. Well, welcome back to another WCN Live here in the Wilson County News Break Room. My name is Kristen Weaver, Director of Operations, and I'm joined by
Matthew Demmer. I'm the Wilson County First Responders Association President.
Thank you.
And Alex Lopez, I'm the Fire Chief for Wilson County District 2.
Welcome. Thank you for being here today and taking time out of your day to join us
Thank you for having
for
us.
our conversation.
Yeah.
Great. Well, first things first, I'm going to thank our sponsor, The Priceway, which includes the dealerships Price, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram and Jeep, and Richardson Brothers Chevrolet. They are located here in Floresville on 181. You can't miss them. Right next to each other, you can shop all makes and models, as well as a huge service department and careers. So give them a visit and send some business their way. Thank you, The Priceway, for being a sponsor of WCN Live all these weeks. We appreciate you. Okay, and next, before we start our conversation, let me tell you about our comment contest. So every time that we're live, we ask those who are live to submit a comment. You can put a thumbs up, say hi. You can even ask us questions, but your comment will then put your name into next week's drawing. So that is going on while we're live. So y'all comment away and tell us that you're here. We can't wait to hear from you, and I'll be watching for any questions you might want to ask these guys. And right now, if I could get one of you to draw me a winner from last week's.
Let's hope I picked the right one, right?
You are good. All right. Well, congratulations to Karen Stefanik. You are our winner, and I will be reaching out to you on Facebook. You win a C Street Gift Shop gift bag. And anyway, yeah. Congratulations. So let's see who wins next week. All right. We already got some commenters. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, Andrew Brooks and Sherry Demmer. So y'all share this video. We look forward to learning all about what y'all have been up to.
Yes.
Today we are talking with you two, and you represent the Wilson County First Responders Association.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would, this is introductions. So go ahead and introduce yourself again and tell us why you're here.
So my name is Matthew Demmer. I'm the president of the Wilson County First Responders Association. A little bit about my background. Originally, I grew up here in Floresville. Decided to go in the Navy in 2003. I did 12 years in the Navy as an explosive ordnance disposal technician. During that time, the wild game dinner had already started. So when I came back after my service, I joined the Floresville Volunteer Fire Department and started helping there and making calls and getting involved with the wild game dinner that we had at that time. And throughout its history, it's done very well.
Yep.
And we've been very grateful that the people that come out to support it do, because it has helped the volunteer fire department a lot over those years.
That's great.
So.
Great. Cool. All right. What about you?
Okay, again, my name is Alex Lopez. I'm the Fire Chief for Wilson County District 2 Fire and EMS. I've been a firefighter paramedic for about 17 going on 18 years. I worked in Bexar County for probably about 10, 11, and I've been with ESD2 for about 7 going on 8 years with them. But I am a member of the Wilson County First Responders Association, and I got in contact with Matt, and in speaking about what they're trying to accomplish and do moving forward, it really intrigued me, and wanted to help out in any which way we can from our end.
Great. Well, thank you again for being here and for what you do in our community, both of you. Well, you kind of touched on this, so I don't know if you want to expand a little more, but again, let's emphasize what the history the Floresville Fire Department had, the volunteer fire department, and the ties to the first responders and all of this with the wild game dinner.
So I'm not the best with dates, but I do know that the Floresville Volunteer Fire Department was one of the oldest in the state, well over 100 years. I think up until the point the ESD came, and we were probably approaching 120 years of service. And during that time, in 2001, they started the wild game dinner. As we actually when it started is in 2001.
That makes sense.
And over the years, up until the ESD was voted in and established, the wild game dinner was the main generating event for income to operate the volunteer fire department.
Yeah.
And Alex will be able to tell you that running a department on a budget that's probably 1/8 of what his budget might be as an ESD, it was very difficult. So it was a tough decision to go that route to have the volunteer fire department become an ESD. At the same time that the ESD was established, that was also the beginning of when COVID happened. So at that time, everybody that was part of the department decided we shouldn't hold the wild game dinner because at the time ESDs generating tax revenue.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to convince community members to support something that's already being taken out of their pocket. So over the course of time, as COVID drug on, it was hard to get going again. Well, about 2 years ago, we had a meeting, and I came up with the idea that we should, instead of supporting just the Floresville Volunteer Fire Department, why don't we go countywide and make our direction more focused on first responders specifically, the individuals specifically. So should an individual get hurt in the line of duty, our organization will be able to step in and provide them either financial support, or if they need any other kind of services, we could reach out to other communities and get those services that they may need.
Yeah. Wow. Very focused and planned, and yeah, that's great how you came up with all of that. So you said about a year ago is when the First Responders Association was formed.
Yes.
That's about when all that happened. And for what purpose? So, wow. Okay, well then let's talk about the Wild Game Dinner. It's coming up September 14th, and you've explained its history. What do we need to know?
So the event is going to be close to what everybody's used to. We're going to have our wild game meal. We're having it catered. Some of the items on the menu right now are venison, chicken fried venison. We have alligator bites. I know everybody likes the alligator bites.
Yep.
And one of the big ones is the quail bites. Over the last few years that I've been involved with it, when the quail bites come out, they don't stick around very long. So we're definitely going to have quail bites again this year. We are also, it's still an all-you-can-eat, all-you-can-drink buffet when we come in there. So we'll have a full bar service for anybody that'd like to partake in those kinds of items, and then we'll also still have all of our auction, silent auction, live auction. We have some really neat items this year. I know ESD2 is donating a couple of them.
Correct. Yeah, we have a Texas-style barbecue pit, some artwork, things like that. And I know there's going to be a lot of other things, that have been donated. We don't want to give it away too much, right? But we have a lot of good items that are going to go in the silent auction, live auction. We're doing a 52 card.
We'll have several 52 card draw items. One of them is a crossbow for hunting season that's coming up for anybody that may be interested. I think one of the unique items that we're going to have in the live auction this year, we try to play to everybody's rivalries of A&M and Longhorns. So we're going to have something there for you guys. Challenge those two rivals to see who gets the bigger bid.
Cool. And is there entertainment?
Yes. We have booked Small Town Habit is going to be coming back again. We're excited. I'm probably more excited than most people because I went to high school and grew up with most of the members of the band. So it's always fun to have them come around and put on a show for us. So it's going to be very exciting.
So how does it lay out like that? So you get there, and what's the meal time for it?
So our doors are going to open up at 5 p.m. We'll have appetizers and stuff out at around 5:30. I'm trying to think of the timeline in my head. So in between about 5:30 and 8:30, we'll be hosting some raffles, bucket raffles. All the
Okay.
silent auction will go on.
Yeah.
The other thing that'll happen in between all those times at different intervals will be those 52 card draws.
Okay.
And then probably around 8 or 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock at the latest, we should be getting to our live auction.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
and then the live auction will hopefully wrap up around 10, and
Okay.
then the band will come on around then.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
That kind of like finishes the evening off with the
Yes.
entertainment. Okay. Well, that does sound like a lot of fun, and you'll be well fed and
Oh,
supporting
yes.
a really good cause. I know they are always a lot of fun to attend these.
Mhm.
My family looks forward to it as well. And I was making sure I made those notes about the food there so I can
Mhm.
tell my boys about it later. But yeah, okay. So that's everything we need to know about the Wild Game Dinner, that it's September 14th. And tickets are being sold.
Tickets are being sold. Our flyer is in the paper all the way up until the event.
That's right.
Our vice president, Brandi Burkett,
Mm-hmm.
she has listed her email and her phone number on there.
Okay.
People can also contact our Facebook page. If they can send a message through our Facebook page, I'm the one that currently runs it. So
Okay.
you'll be talking to me, and we'll coordinate how we get payment and
Great.
get you the tickets and everything. If anybody is looking to sponsor a table, buy a whole
Mhm.
table, and get listed in our program, we do need to have those commitments by the end of this week, because I know a lot of people want their name in our program, but it takes some time to get that
Mhm.
program printed and such. So
Yeah.
we just need to try to meet the deadline by the end of this
Yep.
week if we can. And then some of our major sponsors,
Mhm.
I know you talk about Price. We have Price
Yeah.
that sponsored
Wonderful.
some things in our event. We're also going to have Sierra Ford. They're sponsoring a few things
Okay,
and getting a
good.
table.
Yeah.
There's somebody. If
It'll
it
come
comes to
up.
me, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's revisit again about the association
Mhm.
and how you serve the first responders. If you want to go ahead and expand on that a little bit more, or remind us what you already said. But that goal, the purpose of what the group is for is focusing on the individuals.
Yeah.
And how did you come up with that? I mean, that's great. It's, like I said, very focused. I mean, you have a set goal in
Yes.
mind, so.
So we've heard of other organizations in surrounding areas that do something like this that are specific to supporting the first responder in an emergency, and like Alex can
Mhm.
attest to, and he could
Right.
probably speak a little bit better about what that gap might look like if somebody was
Mhm.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and kind of speaking a little bit more on our mission statement, I guess what we're really trying to dive into
Yeah.
is assisting first responders in any types of needs, to include financial, be a support system for them,
Mhm.
but also the community, right? There might be times where citizens get displaced from homes, they got to stay at a hotel, right? We do have
Right.
resources at the local level
Uh-huh.
for fire departments, example, Red Cross and things like
Mhm.
that can provide services immediately
Mhm.
to like house them or take care of citizens that might be displaced from a fire or
Right.
in a financial bind because of that, but they're limited to how long they can provide those services. So in speaking with Matt and the vision of the Wilson County First Responders Association, other things that we want to provide for just personnel in general, whether fire, police, EMS,
Mhm.
right, or even citizens, depending on the situation. We want to be able to help them out financially first and provide other types of support systems for them. So typically when an individual, I can only really speak for our department, but
Mhm.
individual gets injured in the line of duty, typically they're out for a while, unknown depending on the injury,
Mhm.
and usually they'll have to utilize workman's comp. But as we know, workman's comp only covers a certain percentage of their salary,
Okay.
right? So there is a gap.
Mhm.
In first responders, just in general, right, in the nation, it's a job, it's a career, profession that we're not really financially compensated to the
Mhm.
fullest, right?
Okay.
And so you'll hear a lot of individuals that have multiple jobs, right?
Mhm.
So in a situation like that,
Okay.
they're injured, they
Yeah.
can't work for so long, well, that means they can't work both their jobs, right? They
Mhm.
can collect workman's comp for their primary job.
Mhm.
So where we step in is provide financial resources in case they have to pay their car note, they don't have enough funds, mortgage, things like
Mhm.
that.
Yep.
And also for citizens, right, that might be
Mhm.
displaced or
Right.
financially can't cover certain things, right? And in speaking with Matt, it's been a while since we had, the Wall Game dinner,
Mhm.
but, after the Wall Game dinner, with the donations that we do receive and things like that, one thing that I've been talking with him about is a first responder wellness program as well. I'm very big into wellness of what we do in general.
Mhm.
We see a lot of things, respond to a lot of calls in that sense, and we want to make sure that we're taking care of first responders, right, and providing wellness programs in general for them
Okay.
in that sense. So very exciting
Yeah.
about what we're doing, very
Mhm.
happy. I try to help out in any which way I can
Yeah.
in that sense, but that's the goal of this
Okay.
organization.
Really great.
Yeah, you got to think our first responders, when they get called on your worst day,
Mhm.
and we want to try to make sure that after they help you with your worst day,
Mhm.
we can try to go back in and help them with their worst day.
Yeah,
So
that's very true. It's good that you're shedding a light on this. It's
Yes.
not something that people think about all the time.
yeah.
You only think about it in terms of what, our own needs are most of the
Mhm.
time, right? Very true, very true. Wow, well, so we have had some great response today. Yes,
Well, that's
so
great. I'm glad
mhm.
that people are getting engaged and they want to come
Absolutely.
out to the Wild Game Dinner and support our organization.
Yes. Andrew Brooks says, Matt, thank you for your service. Michael Adkins says, good morning. And same for Sherry Manti, and she already has her tickets. Can't wait.
Awesome.
Yes. Courtney Cantu says, that's a great event, an even better cause. The volunteers work hard. But she also mentions catered by the best of the best, the RK group, Rosemary's Catering.
Yes.
So, yes, good to know it is going to be like the real deal,
Oh, yes.
as we've had in the past, so we know what to expect. It's going to be a really good event to really draw and raise the money that y'all need for this purpose. Paula Bonham says, good morning, and it's an awesome mission, says Andrew. Let's see. From Sherry Demmer, she says, a worthwhile organization for all community. Thank you for supporting all the first responders in this community. And yes, Courtney says, we love small town habit. Andrew asks if you're looking for any other donations, so that's probably a good thing to answer that you are.
Yes, we
probably.
are looking for other donations. We have some sponsorship levels set up right now. Bronze, silver, and gold. We're doing 500, 1,000, and 2,000 for those individually, and we'll get with those organizations that want to make those donations. And if they want to sponsor like specific items, we can get with them and then have them listed as the specific sponsor or donor for that item.
Great.
Because we have had to purchase some, and we got to get them
Yeah.
in line before we have the event. So we have had
Okay.
to purchase some. But if somebody wants to come in and say, hey, I want to sponsor this item or that item, we're more than welcome for those kinds of things.
Cool. Good
Right
idea.
now, if I would say probably most of the donations we need are really just kind of monetary at this point. We have a lot of the items already identified for silent, live, and our
Right.
raffles. So
Okay. Very well planned. It
anything
sounds
and
like.
everything helps,
Okay.
and we will be listing them in our program as
Good.
sponsors.
Good.
Either
But
way.
yes, still opportunity for more people to help and
Mhm.
bring those donations in. Kelly says, sounds like it's going to be a great event. Thanks for all the information. And Paige Scheffler's looking forward to it. Yes, I agree with Sherry. It's a great example of giving back to the community. And thank you. Lauren says hello. We also heard from Justin Reinhard. Thank you, Matt. Can't wait. Yes, so lots of excitement. I know this is such an exciting event, and I just know it's going to do what you want it to do. I think the community is really excited to see this come back. And it's nice that it's being expanded the way that it is, to really show true growth in our community that way, to help us kind of all really get on board with this. This is
Kinda
another way
hard
we
for
can
me
help.
to keep away from all that stuff.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Well, quite honestly, even when this came about, I wasn't quite sure if we'd be able to pull it off, but things are coming together. We're really excited. I have a long history with the Floresville Volunteer Fire
Yeah.
Department.
Yeah.
My grandfather, he was
Oh.
a secretary, and funny thing is, they used to be at the station just down the
Yep.
street from here. So my grandfather did it for
Mhm.
probably 30 plus years with the
Mhm.
Volunteer Fire Department before he passed. And then my mom, she's the vice president of ESD4.
Cool.
I have an uncle that's the president of ESD2. So we're, it's like a, I hate to say
It is
a
a
family business,
family.
but it's
Mhm.
kind of hard to get away from that kind of service when you
Right.
come from that upbringing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Alex is,
Mhm.
is somewhat similar in the fact that you want to help your community succeed.
Mhm.
Correct, yeah. I mean, in every aspect, you know, we definitely understand getting with the times and forming ESDs
Mhm.
and things like that.
Right.
But there's usually a gap, you know, between, okay, we have ESDs and, you know, people are paying their taxes.
Right.
But there is a gap past that, and
Mhm.
we want to expand this, kind of revamp it
Right.
to assist not only if somebody gets injured or gets hurt right in the line of duty, but also to help our community out
Yep.
in
Mhm.
different ways.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and they can always reach out to us, right?
Mhm.
And if there's certain things in certain areas that they want to look at for us to help out, we're definitely, that's the route we're going.
Mhm.
Yep.
But want to get involved and want to give back and want to help out everybody's one of the
Yes.
biggest goals.
Yes. It's an exciting time to see this come together, I would say. An exciting
yes.
time in our own history that we're building right now. So thank you for what you all are doing to build this awareness in the community. And what an effort. Again, I can't say it again. Just like I see the planning and the focus and the purpose. For this event to come together, it just, I think that is helping the community refocus as
Mhm.
well. So well done. Anything else? I guess let's leave people with, where can we go for more information about the Wilson County First Responders and to keep up with developments would be on Facebook.
Right now, we're currently just on Facebook. In the paper, we have Brandi's email and her phone number.
That's right.
And if they reach out on the Facebook page, I will give them my number.
Yep.
I'll give it to anybody that's on here right now. It's 830-743-3327, and they can get in contact with me, and I will help them as best I can.
Okay, great. Yeah, so we look forward to seeing this event come alive and also attending it. And we'll do whatever we can. We're going to, watch for it. You've been seeing it in the newspaper. You'll see it there again. So, there's plenty ways to get in touch, like you said, through Facebook. And also reminding you, let's tell everybody when the event is again. I'll let you share the details of the Wild Game Dinner, which is coming back.
Yep, September 14th at the Event Center, and it'll start at 5 p.m.
Okay, great. All right, so that wraps up our conversation today. Thank you so much. Really
Thank you.
appreciate what you're doing and that you took the time today to come and talk to us and do this video. We also want to thank our sponsor, The Price Way, which includes the dealerships Price, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep, and Richardson Brothers Chevrolet. They are located here in Floresville on 181, next to each other. You cannot miss them. It's a huge combined, the dealerships are practically combined, but they aren't. You can shop all makes and models because of that. They have a huge service department that can help you, and you can shop careers. Thank you, The Price Way, for being our WCN Live sponsor. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. Share this video. Let's get those tickets sold, and let's get to this fun event that we're all looking forward to. And I encourage you to join us next Wednesday. We'll be on again with another interview. We'll be here at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Hold on, guys. I lost my place there.